That was a great show.
You
Fun.
bet.
Thanks, man. What should we call it?
I have ideas.
You have ideas?
Showbot.tv to vote as Jenny tells us some of the best ideas.
We've got House of Clouds.
Okay, I kind of love that already.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for them to beat that one.
Yes.
Skada on Thin Ice.
Skada, as I just
Skada.
Skada.
Which makes that even funnier.
Yeah, it does. That's true.
I'll just be over here.
With me.
Then there's Don't Have a Cloud, Man.
That's good, too.
Um,
The cloud is falling. The cloud is falling.
yeah.
It's funny that
Those are
the
good
whole
faves.
the SCADA thing came up because that's the reason why I have my job now. So
I know, it's perfect.
I know.
That's
you
fantastic.
didn't know that either.
No, I didn't know you dealt specifically with SCADA. I knew because you worked with water and wastewater that the cloud thing in general might apply, but that was fantastic.
Yeah, we have a SCADA workshop in my office.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, I don't deal with that programming stuff anymore, but we have people who my company who do. So they have a whole like test bed thing for all the clients. So it's kind of funny that around my office we have these little PLC nodes that they wirelessly try to connect through, just to test things out.
Whew. Well, those are my suggestions.
I like House of Clouds.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I think that's the one.
It's very,
SCADA on Thin Ice has got an honorable mention, though. House
don't
of
let
Clouds
my
is-
opinion sway the vote.
I will. I will let your opinion sway the vote. I think we're all in love with that title, and now we'll have to marry it.
But that's bigamy for you. And me, I guess.
Bigamy?
Right? You can't marry more than one wife.
Polygamy.
No, is it
Bigamy is when
bigamy
you
where
marry
you...
more than one pig.
No, not bigamy, bigamy.
Oh, bigamy. I'm sorry. I misheard you.
But yeah, and pigamy, it's little people, right?
Guys, I mentally tuned out for 1 second, and you're talking about
Do you
polygamy.
see what happens? You need to pay attention.
What is going on? All I was trying to do was buy tickets for The Martian. Okay?
Look,
I said I'm in love with
blame
this
Roger.
title, but we'll have to, pretty much just blame Roger. Exactly.
All right. I'm back. Stop doing all that.
I have no idea what we're talking about. You might have thoughts.
Roger, I said we're in love with the title. We have to marry it, and then Roger said that was bigamy, and then I misheard him to hilarious effect.
That makes
I
all more
think
sense.
Tom was looking for a punny excuse or something.
Maybe I was.
Perhaps you were just subconsciously. I wonder if you see things like a store name on a sign and think of something else just because it's like, oh, there has to be a pun in there.
You're not too far off, actually. I can't help it, Roger.
Tom, have you ever spent time with Blake Smith at DragonCon? Because that's what he does.
Oh, really? No, I haven't.
Yeah, the guy who does the sister show to mine, the Monster Talk. And
All right.
He runs that show, and he's all about the fun. The puns.
There's your Skeptrack panel for me next time.
Puns?
Next year, you can just have me and him have a pun off.
Ooh.
I think we
He'll
can
probably win.
Yes, he probably would. I wouldn't know. I'd have to move that to a different track, but I wouldn't know which one.
Isn't there some like? I'm trying to figure out how to tie puns into skepticism. I think everyone's skeptical that they're funny.
Well,
I don't know if that qualifies.
I think that's Blake's trying to fix that. But.
Yeah. Skeptipuns. It would be a pun fest, not a pun off.
There you go.
You'll
Great
need a crystal
pun,
ballroom for that one. That'd be huge.
This crystal ballroom is actually not that big.
No, it's actually the perfect size for something like Sword and Laser.
Well,
we can look like we fill the room.
the funny part is the crystal ballroom is only about 80 seats bigger than my track room. It's just wide.
Yeah, because your track room is so long, you forget
Yeah.
just how many people it
Well,
seats.
it's the whole wing of the freaking hotel, so that's why we wanted to get all three of the reality tracks back together, and if we take over the salon rooms, we'd actually have nice big giant square rooms rather than my track room is like an airplane. Just pain in the ass.
So what are those 3 tracks?
That are there now?
No, what are the 3
Oh.
tracks that you would move in there?
Oh, well, see, we used to all be right next to each other, the space, science, and skeptic tracks.
Oh, okay.
And we used to be right next to each other before,
Mhm.
and they moved space upstairs because she
Space
needed
went
a little more.
upstairs. That's right. Okay.
Well, because the tracks across the hall, unlike my side of the hall, we can open up all the walls. That's why we have that big long room.
Right.
Across the hall, those were actually just solid walls all the way down.
Right. And then when you opened up and pushed podcast over, then that basically just took away a room. You had somebody else.
Yeah, well,
in.
see, we kept pushing. See, we pushed over space track, and then we pushed over science, and then we pushed over podcasting. So now they all are in those rooms that you can't open up. But so the Stephen Grenade and Rain got together, and we're all trying to push them to now they're all those giant areas in where the salon and the grand ballrooms are. If we take over that salon area, there's 3 giant rooms right next to each other that we can take over, and then we have all the reality, space, science, skeptic stuff right next to each other. So,
Yeah.
Reality, space, science.
well, it's because we call the Hilton where all the reality stuff for DragonCon is. There's robotics, EFF, space,
It's
science.
nonfiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's
Hey.
BFF? Like best friends forever?
No, EFF.
EFF.
Oh, okay. It's like BFF. That's where all the good friends hang out.
Yeah. And they used to have gaming. As of next year, the gaming's moving. So.
Gaming's not reality.
Well, but
Doesn't
it's not.
belong there.
It's not fantasy or sci-fi. It's just people having fun. So
Yeah.
we lumped it into the whole, reality stuff.
It's procedural fiction. You're
There you go.
creating a story as you play.
Blame Sherlock Holmes. That's the first books that ever did that.
Ooh, cool. Beatmaster says, for DragonCon TV viewers, I'm sorry, DragonCon. I have DragonCon on the brain. For Diamond Club TV viewers, there will be a show interviewing Andy Weir at 6:45 Eastern by the Sci-Fi Geek Club.
Oh, cool.
Well done, Sci-Fi Geeks Club. That's awesome.
Hey, I had an interview with him before they made all the huge announcements about the movie. Actually,
Yeah, we interviewed him early, like around the same time that you guys did, I think.
Yeah.
He was just like kind of stunned at the success of
I
the
know.
book at that point. It was awesome.
And I tried to get him to DragonCon, but he doesn't fly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
He has a
interesting.
super fear of flying.
No kidding.
So we were trying to get him to come by bus, but because he's so far away, he was
yeah, that's a long
Yeah.
haul.
So
Wow, he doesn't. How ironic, right?
I know. It's like, wait a minute. So I told him. I think in the interview I even said. So basically, your whole fear of flying is basically encapsulated in that book.
Yeah. It's
This
like
would
a
happen.
catastrophization of his own fear.
Yes, exactly.
What is going on? I just looked down at the chat room and I see Dark Redeemer saying to Tinvek, what's the difference between an entomologist and an etymologist? An etymologist would know the difference.
I don't know. It got weird fast.
And it'll just bug the entomologist all day.
Exactly.
Tinvek came back with that line. That's awesome. You guys are the best. It's not me. It's not me this time. All right. I think I've got the show published.
All
And
right.
hopefully it's actually going to show up in Overcast today. We've had some issues with Overcast, and it's not us, as far as I can tell, because it doesn't affect Downcast or iTunes, but I can't get it to download on my Overcast either. So something was going on. in the past, when I've had inexplicable issues like that, it's been some weird encoding of the MP3. So I just wiped out all the encoding that I use and started fresh with the settings that I know should work. And I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that that fixed it.
Not me, it's them.
It's something. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll see you later.
Woohoo!